Hi everyone, welcome back to Trev Gaming here on YouTube. We are in Subsistence, and this is now episode 38. It's quite a cool looking sunrise, if you ask me. Okay, what are we doing today? We are going to build larger storage units. So, see this guy? This is starting to become a bit too crammed with gear. So this current storage crate, it's kind of like 5 wide, 6 high. The larger units add 1 to each. So instead of being 5 wide, it's 6 wide. Instead of being 6 high, it's 7 high. So it will definitely help storing my different types of ammunition and so on. But even more so, this guy, instead of running the different types of ores horizontally, I'm going to run them vertically, and I'll be able to manage it a lot better with a larger storage unit. Now, to make them, you always needed crystal. Just excuse me for a second while I run over here and get this little carrot living on its own. Oh, carrot seed. I wanted the carrot, not the carrot seed. Anyway, it all helps. So if you look in the BCU down here, we have a large storage unit. It needs 1000 power and 120 mass, so off camera I just pumped the mass up to 120 or 121. There's definitely more than enough power at the moment, so I'm about to create one. I just need 5 of these alloy sheets, and then I need a dozen crystals. Off camera I did another run down, or 2 runs I think I did, down to the caves to quickly get some more crystal, brought it back up, and I now have like 59. So, excuse me, let me just get rid of this carrot seed, that's annoying. Go on, get in there. All the plant beds are doing well, by the way. And then alloy sheets, have a look at this. There is 46 alloy sheets in my cupboard, and do you know that I didn't make one of them? So that's just what I've picked up from more so the locked crates. Pretty cool, hey? So I've got the 5 alloy sheets, the 12 crystal. I should be able to go out here and make the first of 2, which is what my plan is. Large storage units. There's one. So I think we've got a rather large amount of biofuel again, which I think is about 250. So we'll have to run the equipment again. There you go. How's that? That's cool. Sorry, I was just watching that create. So while I'm working on this, I'm gonna get the mass fabricator to come back on again, and I'm gonna turn all 3 of these on to make sure that that runs, and it will steadily increase our power. In fact, if I have another look, we have 2.8 going out and 3.64 coming in. So yeah, it'll gradually push both of them up while I'm doing this. Okay, let's just do the ammunition first. So, just for the time being, I'm going to move it to the side. I'm not sure exactly how big this large storage unit is, but we'll just put it over here. Okay, same kind of footprint, I guess. Same sort of footprint and size, just a bit taller. Okay. So we'll just put it, where does it run out of room? About there. So we'll just kind of put it up against the wall like that. Yeah, that makes a bit of difference. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna grab the... Now, how should I do this? I think if I do it like this, it will work a bit better for me. And then let's take... Oh, this is going to mix things up a little bit, but anyway, that's how it works. That's how it rumbles. Okay. So, the... Ooh, which way should I do it? This way, probably. Let's leave myself with... I only like keeping about 30 or so on me. maybe just leave the weapon parts at the top. Put the other... I've got to make another decent pistol as well, hey. I really, really need to do that. These are the other rifles. I mean, I suppose you got to think about this. There's actually two of these. There's the one that burns and the one that's just a normal rifle round. And these are just the normal rifle round. So there's kind of another one. I almost need another level, but... Oh, wow. Hang on a second. Did I get everything? I did. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm really low on that, aren't I? Whew. Alright. Let me just fix that for a sec. Oh my goodness. So I really need... Let's just make 10. Okay, that'll reduce that quite a lot. So I tend to have a fair bit of gunpowder, but not always enough ammo casings. I mean, I pick them up now and again, that's fair enough, but... I'll leave one shotgun shell in the cupboard, so as like a place marker, I suppose. But to me, that makes more sense, and it gives me a lot more storage, so I'm really happy with that now. That should work really well. Okay, all good. Now this one... I've just got those guys still in there, so let's move this. So you can't move it too far, can't go running all around the house with it, but... I really need it next to the mass fabricator if I'm going to store stuff in it. Just let me put it there for a second, I'll grab it again. The additional storage I've been putting kind of over in this corner a bit, so I might just leave it over here next to this guy. So this one had all the additional nails and timber and fuel bricks and whatnot. So this will just hold these guys for the time being, and maybe some extra things. This guy had the clothing, so I still have to work on that. Oh man, I need a lot more clothing. What I was going to do was... Actually, I tell you what, I might not do that. Hang on. Change your plan. Change your plans. Let me just put this right here, right? If I can't even get under the... Can I get under the stairs? Probably. Let's just put it up against here. So it's out of the way a bit. And if I can, stand back up. Okay, so this will have some storage at the bottom, you know, for these extra pickaxes, but what I wanted to do was to bring over this stuff, the biofuel, make a bit more storage in there. Kind of makes a bit more sense because I'm closer to, I think, closer to the generators over this side. So that can just be my biofuel box. And it has the extra bits and pieces at the bottom to add to the mass fabricator, and then I can spread that out a little bit more later. How are we going with this? Okay, so 1,000 power is already there, but the mass needs to go just a little bit more. It's not far off. Yeah, that kind of looks different now, hey, seeing a bigger storage box in here. I'm gonna have to go through labels too, hey, pretty soon. Another thing I'm gonna have to do. Kind of customize things a bit better. Okay, so we need another 5 of these, and we need, was it 12 crystals? So we are ready to go for that. I might just check on my food and water to top these guys up. Take a water. I need a veggie and a piece of food. Probably that one. That one. We'll go down here. Certainly have got lots of fruit and veg, hey? They're almost done now. Almost finished. So I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 plant beds. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Looks pretty good. Okay, so we'll put our water back. I'm certainly getting lots of ash. There's a fair bit in there. But then there's an awful lot in there too. Just want to make sure this guy's topped up. We'll put that back in there. Okay, we're coming along 113, so we're almost there for our second box. This one I think might be a little bit more difficult, I guess, to move stuff around because there's quite a lot of... Yeah. I don't really want to put stuff in here because when we get hunters enabled we'll be having all sorts of battles out through these windows, I'm sure. And I might end up with a doorway here too, actually, to secure that. But I could move this little box over to here once we build the larger storage unit. I'm just trying to think what I don't. Yeah, you've got one. The iron across the top here is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. Then the phosphate ore from down the bottom is 6. Crystals is 7. I suppose I could take this coal and put it in its own box, maybe. It's not something that you can refine, so anyway. Alright, let's just stop the old mass fabricator for a sec. Let these run a little bit longer. We should be able to make our second storage box, which is this guy. Wow, that power's going up so quickly. It's doing like 3 a second or whatever. Imagine if your power was like that all the time and it was running 4 above. Then everything would be so easy. In other words, if you had almost like unlimited power. Okay, so I've got to remember now that the biofuel's around here, by the way, Trev. When you move stuff. So it was about 6 each. I think I used a bit before that. 232, that's still pretty good. Alright, so this is the one we want to move out of the way. So we'll just move it a small distance, just to sort of here for the time being. Put our new container in probably reasonably close again. Okay. Then if I take out all the main ores, those guys, let's go horizontally, right? So iron, copper, zinc, phosphate, and the sandstone. Okay, then I was thinking this and this. So the phosphate ore, and then leave the crystal at the bottom. And then we just push these in horizontally. So, if we keep these separate, I'd like to still do that. So the iron fragments, maybe we do it like that. Because then I've got a second, on the second left, I can have more ore sitting here. Yeah, that probably works for me, I think. And then there's that, and the coal probably won't come over. Okay, so my copper fragments is there, my zinc is there. That's potassium. To make sure I keep these kind of separate, hey? Alright, I think I'll just do it like that. That makes sense to me. What do you think, people? That looks pretty good to me. The main ores can stay on the left. The fragments can start the third one across and then build up. Half the time you don't build it up much because you keep using it. And there's a bit of storage down the bottom here. I've got some gear in here ready to go. Alright, so how about if we just leave this for coal for the time being, and we'll just move this under the steps. So this will be our coal chest, I guess. Say something like that. Okay. Alright. Well, certainly looks a bit different, but I think that's a better way of organising things. And then we'll have to look at putting labels on, especially this one. This was the one that was annoying me the most. I couldn't kind of, it was getting a bit confusing. But that's all good. So that looks fantastic, I think. Man, I'm going through some water. It's so hot. Let's pull these out. Make sure that's topped up again. Fill these up. I mean, it is pretty hot. It's 26 degrees up in the top left-hand corner of the screen here. So 29 when I'm next to the fire. No wonder I'm going through stuff. Alright. Well, that feels pretty good. Now that I've got that to that stage. Oh wow, another 6. See, this is what's so good about having these mining drills. I still need to make another one of these too. What's that? 12, 12. We'll leave that in there. The solar panels have kicked in, I'm sure. So they're about average now, doing about the same. 650, it'll hang around 650 power for most of the day unless some wind picks up sort of thing, and then that all will be processed. Alright, let's do a quick save of the game, have a quick look around. There's bound to be some more loot that's come down into the subsistence world. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. I mean, I can't wait to get more resources, and I did have a think about this. This is something I've really been thinking about. I'll have to show you when I go back into the base. I'm thinking about creating more bases. So nothing like that in size, not initially anyway, but just there's other places I would like to go to in the map, and without the ATV, I mean even with the ATV, I want to try going somewhere else so that I can see different parts of the map, I suppose. But there's one thing that's really been driving it for me, and that is this notion of creating another base, just call it an outpost I suppose. I wouldn't say solely, but mainly for the purpose of ore. So if you make another base, right, and you put down a base control unit, a BCU, it generates on its own 0.07 mass per second and 0.33 power. So if you just had one mining drill, that's 0.19 when it's upgraded. That's as you know, as efficient as you can make it, kind of thing. It will just be powered by the BCU. So you're getting one mining drill constantly sitting there day after day after day, you know, extracting ore for free. If that base that you make has, say for example, some solar panels and a few wind turbines on top, and a little bit of extra storage, you know, maybe make it to 2,000 power or 3,000 power storage, it can sit there and potentially it's just, in general, it's forever increasing. It's a bit of a roller coaster ride, yeah, ups and downs, but in general, it's increasing. So when you go up there, you know, or up there or across there or wherever you make the base, you're going to be able to extract a heap of minerals. And I would really love to have 2 of them running. And, you know, the ultimate thing is if the base becomes a reasonable sized base... Oh, rabbit just ran off. Go on, you just run! Hang on, there's 2 of them there. Oh, I'm not doing that again. I'm not sure if I'd mentioned it. Off camera, I went to kill 2 chickens, and I got the first one, and the second one got taken by the bird again. Damn bird! See, that's what I like to see, an actual carrot. Actually, I probably need to eat it anyway. But yeah, that's him again. This whole idea of making the ore like that, I think it's a fantastic idea. Oh man, he is close. But you can't do that thing in Scum where you pick up a rock and you throw the rock and it distracts them, sort of thing. He's going to turn around, isn't he? Oh crap, no he's not. Yeah, well, keep your blinking crate then. Jeez, I don't know. I'm just up here. I don't want that crate. I'm just up here doing timber work. See? I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Where's he gone? Is he gone? Nah, see, he's hanging around. Man. Holy dilly, he's pretty close actually. Alright, well you can have your crate. See, I love that idea. And then you just visit these little outposts every now and again. And potentially they could be a fair way away. And I guess the ultimate thing is you have a fridge running the whole time. That way you don't have to worry about food so much. You know what? I think when you start thinking like that, it's like, it starts off really small, and then it's like, you might as well make a bigger base anyway. Anyway, that's what humans are like in general, though, aren't we? We're just kind of like, we're always striving to improve things and make things better. I don't think there's any different when you're in games. And especially Subsistence, it lends itself to that really, really well. Where you just go, I want to do a bit more. I want to increase that, or do that a bit differently, or make more of them. So you think about it, the whole time that I've been playing Subsistence in this profile, I've just really been around this peninsula up to the edges of the mountains where the mountain lions are. And then there's a beaver. So if I look, I haven't been that far. Look, I'm just in this little area just here the whole time. I want to go somewhere else. What about, look, all the way down here. See, that's where the other cave is. Look at all that other area to explore. Anyway, you're going to sneak up on me, won't you? Beaver boy. So that's what I'm getting at. I think that would be a really good idea. And if you're going to make another base, I reckon it's, unless you're wanting to do it for the view, maybe, but in general, I want to put another base near another pond, another pool of water, because if I do that, then there's the chance that I can visit the base and grab more sandstone, pearls and kelp. That's probably one of the reasons why I like building a base next to water, because you can often get your carbs up just by harvesting more kelp. So, yeah. That's my thoughts. So, I'll have to show you. I'll just do this other tree and I'll go back to the base and show you. But I've already started to make another base. So, in terms of components, I haven't put it down. I don't know exactly where I'm going to build it, but I have a feeling it might be over that way. I think that's... anyway, I'm still thinking, but I might explore that area more. But yeah, if it's a pool of water there, I'll think I'll build a new base next to it, and then you can always change over. Hey, like you don't have to have this as your only main base. You can leave that, let the fires go out, and then go and start a new base and upgrade that kind of thing. So I certainly wouldn't be doing that if I'm going to an extremely cold area. And it's probably not a good idea to do it in winter. I mean, dead set really cold winter, well, yeah, probably not a good idea. It's just too dangerous, you know, that really... I need better clothes on and probably need to make sure I have a radiator in the house and a few of those things. So we'll just grab a few things here, go back to base, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It certainly isn't a full base, like you know, when I went down and I made the little tiny base in the caves, it's nothing like that. I think I'm talking about a 3x3, but only enough stuff just to get started. Like, I'll take the resources with me in terms of nails and timber planks. Just gotta watch out, there's a beaver in there, or through there. Can I get... is he too close? Oh, he's too close. He's growling already. Jeez. Well, not really growling, but making stupid noises. Growly kind of noises. But yeah, I was just thinking, if it was a 3x3 and the middle foundation was missing, I think that's where I'd like to put the ore extractors. Because that way it's inside your base, it's on the ground, it'll definitely work. It's not an awful lot to have to heat up, and just put the little burner in there with a bit of storage. And if you want to put a fridge up against one wall, the roof being 3x3, at least make it big enough so that you can put a few solar panels and wind turbines on. I think that to me would be the goal. Alright, let's make our way back to base. The other thing I was thinking too, because I've now got the scuba gear, I should make a few scuba tanks just for the sole purpose of running around in the water a bit longer. So I think there is sometimes a few ore around. Sorry, not ore, pearls, but they're a little deeper, and I haven't been getting them. So I might try that as well. We'll do this little path through here on our way back to the base. So there's a bit more sandstone. I'm very aware that this second level of this base is going to be mammoth in terms of what it costs for glass. Is that ore down there? That looks like iron ore. I think I started the other one actually. It just threw me off, bounced me off the surface, it did. That might hurt. Ouch. Notice that my health has gone to 120, hey? So it's I hate when it does that. Wish it wouldn't bounce you off. Stop bouncing me off. Oop. Alright. Oh, I wasn't expecting to pick up ore. Yeah, I picked up 8 iron. So, of all the places underwater, I've picked up more ore underwater just then than I have the whole time running around looking at the rock formations. I know it's getting dark, but there's sandstone down there. I think there's a piece of kelp down here somewhere as well. Just there, I think, to the left. You might be able to turn around and grab that on the way out. There you go. Pretty much did that in the most clumsiest way possible. On you, Trev. There's more sandstone down there. It's getting a bit deep. This one's alright. Wow, it is getting a bit dark. Alright, we'll get this. Run home. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Man, I tell you what. The power would be going at the moment. Those guys would be spinning around. Make sure there's no bear just over here. No. No. Oh man, sometimes the branches of the trees look like a bear. Can I grab this without anyone being in the way? Yep. Oh, don't often see planks in your in the chest, I tell you. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's doing alright. Alright. Okie dokie, let's have a look. Some more timber in there, some more timber in there. Butcher this dude, get him going. Oh man, now this is half the problem. Eat the apple, eat the berry, put that there. Remember to turn the lights on, Trev, because it is getting dark. This one does seem to be a long way away. I might have to kind of fix that. Not sure if that is the best location for it. Seeds. I need to have a light in here though, don't I? Sorry people, but that is getting a bit dark. Alright, so the ammo is still here. And then the ores, I reckon we can probably be processing them. It's windy. Let's just do all of them at once. That's a lot of... Oh, it does go into the first one. Okay, cool. Didn't want it to mess these up. Alright, that's all good. Then we'll just make sure that we've definitely got enough water. And we'll eat that. Pull that out. Go back over here for the water. Let's see, does that need more? We'll just throw that in there. And the remaining can go in there. And these can go back in here and be cooked up. Okay. Alright, so now we just need a bit of food. A bit of protein. Which one do I get? Probably one of the larger ones. That'll get me close to full. There you go. Alright, all good. Alright, so I think that's worked quite well. It's certainly solved the issues I was having over the storage. I reckon that will be a lot easier to follow. I think there might be an issue later when it comes to trying to put the the incendiary ones out here on the far side, maybe, or something. Or maybe on this top row, have the weapon parts just take up the first three and the last three of the incendiary. I don't know. I have to think about it. It's not a big deal, but it certainly improves things. I'm pretty happy with that now. Alright everyone, I might have to leave this episode here. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to help and support the channel, then by all means smash that like button for us. If you'd like to be notified of more videos as they pop up on the channel, then by all means subscribe. Alright everyone, thanks very much. Cheers.